It started with a text message. Wrong number, he typed back. Most people would have stopped there, but the stranger did not leave. She was charming, a little funny. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Friendship became something that felt like love. Then came the investment opportunity. She said she had quietly been making money in crypto for years and wanted to share it with him. According to federal investigators, the person he thought he loved may never have existed, and his life savings were already gone. The FBI calls it pig butchering, from a Chinese phrase meaning to fatten a pig before slaughter. It never begins with money. It begins with trust, a wrong number text, a friend request from a stranger with a beautiful profile, a message on a dating app. The opening line is never about money. It is about connection. The goal is to make you feel seen, understood, and valued. The FTC warns that romance scammers invest significant time, sometimes months, before any financial request is ever made. The longer the relationship lasts, the higher the eventual payout, and the harder it becomes for a victim to believe they were deceived. Good morning texts every single morning, voice messages, photos, long conversations late into the night, a rhythm that feels like intimacy. According to the FTC, romance scammers are skilled at emotional engineering. They remember details, they ask questions, they seem genuinely interested. The victims are not naive or unintelligent. They are doctors, engineers, lawyers, veterans, and retirees. The FBI says anyone can be targeted. The warning signs stay hidden behind weeks, even months of a genuine feeling connection, carefully built one message at a time. By the time any financial conversation begins, the relationship already feels real because to the victim, in many ways, it was. The financial conversation, when it comes, feels almost accidental. The stranger mentions they have quietly been making money in cryptocurrency. They are not pushing anything, they seem reluctant to share, and when they finally do, the numbers look extraordinary. According to the Secret Service, these schemes use fake investment platforms nearly indistinguishable from real exchanges. Charts move, balances update live. The victim makes a small deposit, and something remarkable happens. It works. The profits appear, and a small withdrawal is even allowed. The victim invests more, then more. Some have lost their entire retirement savings, all while watching a dashboard showing nothing but profit. Then comes what investigators call the slaughter. The victim tries to withdraw. A message appears. A withdrawal tax is required. They pay it. Another message follows. A compliance fee. Then the account is locked, pending verification, pending one more payment. According to the FBI, these fees are designed to extract every remaining dollar before the operation disappears completely. Customer service agents, themselves possible victims of a different crime, keep the illusion alive for as long as possible, until one day the platform is simply gone. The profile goes silent, the phone number disconnects, and the money is gone too. According to the Associated Press, Reuters, and United Nations investigators, many of the people sending those messages were themselves prisoners. According to the Associated Press, Reuters, and United Nations investigators, many of the people sending those messages were themselves prisoners. The UN has documented large-scale scam operations across Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos, where tens of thousands were trafficked into forced labor. Victims were lured with fake job ads, customer service, data entry, marketing, good salaries, a fresh start in the new country. When they arrived, their passports were confiscated. They were taken to guarded compounds with almost no outside communication allowed. They were told to scam strangers or face the consequences. One crime, investigators say, was quietly funding another. The scale of what investigators describe is difficult to comprehend. In Myanmar's Shan state alone, hundreds of thousands may have been trafficked. In Cambodia, reporters have documented sprawling compounds in Sihanoukville and Bavet, some operating openly, protected by corruption and organized crime. In Laos, similar operations have been reported near the Golden Triangle Special Economic Zone, hidden along the border regions. Some compounds are enormous, entire towns effectively controlled by criminal organizations, complete with their own security forces and internal economies. Workers who refused to meet scam quotas reported physical abuse, food deprivation, and even being sold to other compounds. Some compounds are enormous, entire towns effectively controlled by criminal organizations, complete with their own security forces and internal economies. Workers who refused to meet scam quotas reported physical abuse, food deprivation, and even being sold to other compounds. The global figure, investigators say, runs into tens of billions of dollars every single year, and cryptocurrency sits at the center. Crypto lets criminal organizations move stolen funds across borders quickly, with a level of anonymity traditional wire transfers never offered. Money flows through layers of wallets, mixers, and exchanges across many jurisdictions before it becomes usable, spendable cash. Federal law enforcement has been escalating its response. The FBI launched Operation Level Up to notify victims before they lose everything. But investigators admit disrupting these networks entirely remains an enormous challenge, given how many jurisdictions are actually involved. The FBI's guidance is clear. Never trust investment advice from someone you only met online, no matter how real it feels. But investigators admit disrupting these networks entirely remains an enormous challenge, given how many jurisdictions are actually involved. The FBI's guidance is clear. Never trust investment advice from someone you only met online, no matter how real it feels. Be suspicious of any platform introduced by someone you have never met in person and verify it independently through regulators. Recognize the withdrawal trap. If you are asked to pay a fee to access your own money, that is the scam. Never send cryptocurrency to someone you have not met in person. Once it is sent, it is nearly impossible to recover. If you think you are a victim, report it immediately to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. The biggest lie in this story was not the investment, the cryptocurrency, or even the fake romance itself. It was making victims believe they were speaking to one single person, someone real, someone who actually loved them back. In reality, they may have been talking to a rotation of workers inside an international criminal organization thousands of miles away. Two sets of victims behind one criminal empire, with billions of dollars disappearing quietly into the dark every single year. Follow the money. Expose the truth. This is Fraudology. Somewhere, right now, another one of these stories is unfolding.